I think a lot of people were outraged when reading about this and following this over the past weeks, Ms. President. Why are these kind of industrial ships, very large ships, driving over one of the most important coral reefs in the oceans? Why wouldn't they be, banned from these important areas?
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. And in fact, tomorrow marks 1 month since we experienced the crash of the Wakashio on our reef. Now, you have raised a very important question. I think we're also grappling with to getting some answers. Because while this ship was bound for Brazil through the Indian Ocean, it was not destined to be anywhere near Mauritius. And this ship is among the 1% biggest ship that has been built. And it's the same size as an aircraft carrier, just to give an idea of the size. And as we speak, we still don't know the exact amount of fuel that has been leaked into our waters. But one thing we know is that our beaches are now very, very badly impacted. And what is interesting is that for a whole month, we have seen a deafening silence from the shipping industry. There has not been major communiques from them. We are waiting for answers. We are waiting to hear from the regulators because as we're increasingly being made aware that the fuel which that ship was carrying was not crude oil, but low fuel grade oil which was being carried on a vessel which is a single hulk, not even a double hulk. So these are issues that we would like to hear from the regulators, why such fuel is, which is of course very new, coming to our waters, and we have no idea, but now we are the victim of this incident. Now, for information, because here I speak as a scientist.
Former president.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, so I wanted to, further to that, I wanted to ask about what case for compensation you think Mauritius has. Do you think the owner of the ship should be paying damages that perhaps might be difficult to get from the insurance company, but do you think that the owner of the ship has a liability here?
Well, we know there are so many issues which are linked to the compensation issue. First of all, it will depend also on how many conventions the government here has signed up and ratified. The other thing, what we're seeing now backward and forward, is that the Japanese, the owner of the ship, they have made the appropriate noises vis-a-vis, paying the insurance, of course, compensating for the damage done. But beyond the compensation, because there are one more thing that we have to add here before looking at the compensation issue, is that this ship was not an oil tanker. And we know that the compensation for an oil tanker and just a cargo ship, the compensation levels are different. But beyond the compensation, we are looking at the damage which is being done to our wildlife, which is being done to the livelihoods of so many people. And now the information coming out is showing that this fuel, it's very new fuel, and the work has not been done in the tropical environment where this fuel has been leaked. And this fuel, when leaked to the warmer waters of the Indian Ocean, for example, we can see the polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons which will be leaked in the ocean. And we know how dangerous that is for wildlife. And we all know also, even if you clean up the ocean, remove most of the oil, it's never 100%. So this will linger on for so many years, and this is happened precisely near a whale sanctuary. And we have so many of the whale passages in our ocean, so God knows what's going to happen to the livelihoods of these animals beyond those of the fishermen and all the industry that this oil slick has impacted for us, because tourism brings about 24% of our GDP.
Well, I mean, more than most people what kind of damage this could do, as you have a PhD in organic chemistry, and of course we're the president of a country that relies on this kind of marine life for its livelihood. I tell you, I do some diving in a spot in Indonesia called Mazul, and they have a 300,000-acre no-kill zone. No fishing is allowed there. None of these tanker-sized ships are allowed to drive through there. Why not why not make a huge no-kill zone around some place like Mauritius? Wouldn't it be better for the ocean, for the earth, and even more profitable for the people that live on that island?
Oh, definitely, because we have a huge exclusive economic zone, almost 2.2 million square kilometers. But all depends on the reactivity of the government in terms of course adhering to the international convention, how this can be done. But beyond this ship has hit the reef very close to our marine park. It's one of the most biodiverse regions of the world, and also next to an islet, which to us has become the symbolism of conservation. Unfortunately, Mauritius is well known internationally for the extinct bird called the dodo. But we have been very good at rehabilitating our fauna, especially the bird fauna, and the islet, which is now surrounded by an oil slick, is precisely that islet where 20 plus years of conservation may be reversed. And how can we make an assessment of this in monetary terms alone? I mean, these are questions that beg answers, and we're waiting to hear from them.